Classic League Podcast time! Hello, everyone, and welcome to episode 304 of the Classic League Podcast. My name is Scott. My buddy Kevin is with me. What is going on, man?
Hello, everybody.
Kevin.
I have a cold, and I'm a little snotty.
Don't take it out on them.
Well, you know what? You're going to hear a lot of sniffling. I may cough a few times, and I may sound like Jigsaw because I am on NyQuil as well.
So
the things we do for you people.
Hey, keep that. Oh, he says YouTube. Thank you, Ether. That's what it is. Gotta love. Oh, I didn't change. You know what? I'm going to have to do some editing on the fly. So anyways, this is a video game podcast. We are not going to talk about how sick we are.
No.
But, Kevin, use that mute button liberally, and we'll be good to go. Okay. You got to stop doing the most irritating things with the microphone. You got to give us another,
it's
NyQuil.
It's NyQuil kicking in. It's because this mic is so cool. I'm just talking like this.
It does. It is. They are nice.
They are nice.
The Kingston HyperX Quadcasts are. I hate the way they look, but boy, I think that functionally they sound fantastic for the price.
I can hear my eyes blink.
Also, shout out to Ether. Good to see you, bud. It's been a while.
Yo.
He's also helping correct errors. So, we got a Kevin Spacey reference. I'm not getting it in the chat. I don't understand. Do you get it?
I think it's because I'm spacey right now.
Oh, could be. Okay. So yeah, this is a gaming podcast. So we are going to talk about gaming news and what we have been playing. But before we jump into all of that kind of stuff, how's the week been, man? You up to anything fun over the last week that wasn't games?
I'm 30-something now.
Hey.
I forgot how old I am.
Happy birthday.
Thank you. It was on Sunday. I got some pretty neat gifts from my family.
Nice. Dude,
One of them we'll get into in what we've been playing.
Oh, okay. Shoot. I already know.
Yeah.
I thought there was maybe major spoilers, like you were going to pull up a Switch like Simba style.
Oh, no. I have enough money for one, but I still feel bad about buying one for myself now, even though it's my money.
You're a good dad.
But, you know, I have a family.
I get it.
And I can buy other stuff. Something's going to hold up until the Switch comes a little cheaper than, $500 or $600 with a game. I don't find that to be a reasonable price. Maybe some people do.
I need to just buy one in the States and bring it to you.
Oh, that'd be rad.
That's the answer.
Yeah, because I don't want to get a Switch Lite, or Light Switch is what they should have called it. Because
it's funny,
it's no. I want to play on a TV. I want this Switch to be a Switch, not a portable console.
Yeah.
But my brother did buy me the Ghostbusters Remastered game for PS4. But I don't have it yet because I haven't seen my brother in weeks. But he did get it for me.
Awesome. Also, happy birthday to Tony, founder of the podcast.
Yes, I saw that too.
He's old as well. And I had one a few weeks ago. So
yeah,
happy birthday to all of us. Also, Ether. Oh, that's a bummer. Poor guy. Keep Ether in your thoughts, guys. He had to bury his dog a couple days ago. That's really
shit.
Brutal.
That really sucks.
I love dogs, and I've wanted a dog badly my entire life. And I have a privacy fence, a big fence. I can get my big dream Rottweiler dog, and I am too scared about how sad I'll be when the dog passes away, and I'm too scared to buy one because of that. Like,
yeah,
and
that's a long time too.
Yeah, I grieve really bad. So I'm a 9-year-old Mastiff. Oh, Mastiffs are the best.
I don't even know what a Mastiff is, but 9-year-old that sucks.
Mastiffs, Scooby Doo, I think, is a Mastiff.
Oh, okay.
They're huge. They kind of look like big old Great Dane. They're like huge dogs, but they're awesome.
Mastiffs. Yeah, my Pomeranian 10 years ago died, and I had him since I was 7.
Yeah, see,
he was like almost 20 years old, and I was like, I didn't think you're gonna last this long. Why are you going down when I have emotions? Yeah.
Yeah, and Mastiffs are wonderful dogs. They are like the best for kids, and they're super. Normally, they're like really, really chill and good around people and good around strangers. So
And now you're gonna see that dog everywhere. That same, not brand. What's the word I'm looking for?
Breed.
Breed. The same breed of dog everywhere now. It's like when your car goes into mechanic and you see your car everywhere. It sucks.
Yeah.
Sorry, that really sucks.
Yeah. So, well, hopefully our talk about video games will keep you distracted here for the next hour and a half or so.
How was your weekend? You asked mine.
Yeah. Oh, mine was good. Did not do a whole lot, which was nice. Hung out with the parents on Saturday. Had some beers with my dad, watching football.
Nice.
And then,
are you ready for some football?
Yep. And then we went to like a town that's about a half hour away to go get some ribs at a rib joint we like a lot, and then had a nice, relaxing video game-ish kind of Sunday, just tinkering around with stuff, and it was good. I definitely was not ready for the week to begin. It's crazy to me. It's only Wednesday. It feels like one of those. Yeah. I've put a lot of time in this week, so I'm certainly happy to be podcasting. Nothing else though. I didn't like watch anything neat that I wanted to. Oh, that's a lie. I did see something I want to give a shout out to.
Yeah,
and you do too. So don't lose that train of thought.
All right.
There's a documentarian that Dustin and I have talked about on this podcast a lot. His name's Oliver Harper, and he does these amazing video movie retrospectives. So they're usually like about a half hour long or so, and he does these amazing deep dive reviews of lots of action movies and 80s movies and whatnot. It's really good, and he's been working on a documentary called Last Action Heroes, and he does interviews with all of these greats from 80s action movies. Directors
Bruce Willis and all that.
Like Richard Donner's in it. Bruce Willis isn't, but there's a lot of people that you'd recognize. I mean, it's not like you have Arnold Schwarzenegger in it, but you have the rest of the cast of The Predator kind of stuff. So it's really, really excellent. It's about a little under 2.5 hours. It was something, full disclaimer, I backed it on Indiegogo. So I'm a bit biased from that perspective, but I've seen almost every one of his reviews. He's been doing them for a long time. And I really liked it. It was excellent. So,
hey, is he a YouTuber or is it an actual director?
Yeah, he's a YouTuber.
Oh, wow, that's impressive. Good for him.
Yeah, that's what was wild. He's also working. I think he's just producing the other one. I don't know how much he's involved in it, but they're doing a horror one as well called Into the Darkness, and that one's I believe done. You would, yeah, it's excellent, man. I know Into the Darkness is good if Oliver Harper was involved. He's got a really wonderful talent for documentaries. I feel like I said that weird. Anyways,
I love to do documentaries. I just don't have the patience to do the research.
Yeah, it's not the research, it's the editing. That down into
to make it interesting.
Yes, that's the part that I wouldn't be able to do. So, very cool. Oliver Harper, Last Action Heroes. I highly recommend it. I thought it was excellent. I'm excited to get the Blu-ray when it's finally done. So, you said that you did do something or you watched something that...
I went to the Toronto Santa Claus Parade this weekend, too.
Okay.
It always lands on or near my birthday, which sucks when I was a kid. Because I was like, my birthday, my house. And I was like, Santa Claus Parade 2 will be there at 3. I'm like, but it starts at 11. But it did have a cool Nintendo float there with like Mario and Luigi.
Oh, yeah.
And my daughter, Hannah, made me very proud. She goes, look, Dada, Mario. I said, fuck yeah, that's Mario.
You're doing a great job, man.
That's Mario. Yeah, very proud of it.
Excellent. Cool. Well, I guess we're going to do something new. Kevin is, hopefully a lot of you do remember, was a host of the Paranersds podcast, and they would start their show with game releases. So we're going to dust that segment back off and hear on a pretty regular basis. No more sound effects, Kevin.
Sorry,
one more strike, and I'm doing the rest of the show by myself.
It's the NyQuil.
We're bringing the segment back, so we're going to talk about new game releases before we get into gaming news, because that's fun. And this is like the last week of big releases, so we'll skip it if there's nothing that jumps out to us. But as we're just pulling this from Metacritic, so. I don't know, Kevin, as you're scrolling, man, what's jumping out to you that came out this week?
Before we talk about this
Okay.
week, have you played Death Stranding at all? Because that came out last week, right?
Uh,
Or
yes.
le-
I have. It came out then. I have not played it, and I'm. It's. I'll be
yeah, that's
utterly
exactly the answer I was
shocked
looking
if I
for.
ever play it.
That was exactly the answer I was looking for. Just a bunch of stuttering and trying to figure out your words for Death Stranding. I was interested in Death Stranding before it became celebrity cameo the game
Okay.
because I don't like celebrities in my games. I feel like it takes me out of the game because I don't see the character. I just see the celebrity. Like I don't see the character in Death Stranding. I see Norman Reedus.
Sure.
You know what I mean? Like I hate when games have that unless the game is actually based on a movie with a celebrity face. Like Spider-Man, the movie, I expect to see Andrew Garfield or Tobey Maguire. I don't expect to see someone that doesn't look like them for that type of game.
Yeah,
Ghostbusters,
I
I
know. I
expect
know.
to see the Ghostbusters.
Yeah, and I wonder if it's because it's so uncanny valley or whatever.
No,
Not
because
even
he
that.
looks great. I just see Norman Reedus.
That's my point, though. It's like it's not Norman Reedus, but it's a great representation of Norman Reedus. That's very impressive that it's Norman Reedus. It's
Yeah,
too
because he was in
good.
PT, Silent Hills, and even then I hated that.
Yeah,
I was like, I wish didn't reveal it was him. I wish it showed a sign Silent Hill instead of him. But
sure.
whatever. I was intrigued by it because it's Hideo Kojima. I love his games. Or I love Metal Gear. I don't like Souls of the Enders.
Oh, Kevin,
Um,
Ether's making a recommend. He said Kevin could replace you if needed. So careful.
Zera could replace him if needed.
Yeah, you if you keep
I thought you said Kevin.
fucking with the. I might have, because I am extremely tired this evening. So I also may misspeak a whole bunch. So I apologize as well. I might as well be on NyQuil with Kevin.
I am irreplaceable.
So
Unreplaceable. I can't speak English.
eerie. So, but getting back on track, taking out the game and whatnot. But where were we going?
Oh, sorry. Yeah, so I was intrigued by the game, Norman Reedus aside. And then I started reading reviews about it, and it's been getting mixed reviews, which is what I expected the game to get.
Mm-hmm.
But then I saw that the game is just one giant fetch quest game, and I hate fetch quests in game. I hate Borderlands for that reason. I couldn't get into Witcher for that reason. I don't like games that have you here. Fallout 4, same thing. Here you are, go there, kill, collect, or do this, and come back. I hate that.
Okay.
I find that to be padding in games. It doesn't open the world. All the side quests,
Mm-hmm.
quote unquote, for on the audio. Grand Theft Auto does the same thing. Go here, kill this guy, come back, report to me. It's a way to pad the game. It's just repetitive nonsense. You could change the collectathon to the giant monster to, you know what I mean? Like it's the same thing.
Yeah.
Go here, do this specific thing, and come back. So you're spending time going to the place, you spend time doing the thing, and you spend time coming back. I hate that. And that's all Death Stranding sounds like to me. It is, except more tedious due to the balancing of your packages. You're a delivery boy.
Yeah.
So you got to take your packaging, you got to climb slowly, you got to walk, you could drop your shit, you can scatter them, you can fight people in the middle while you lose your shit. It doesn't sound like fun. It doesn't sound like my type of game.
I'm with you. I've never been interested in playing a Kojima game, but I really enjoy people talking about Kojima games, and I love that people love Kojima games. It's interesting hearing people that have spoke positively about the game. It is Fetch Quest, the game, essentially, but there's something about that being it's almost like it's not padding anymore because that's what it is and it's not trying to hide it, where fetch quests tend to artificially make it feel like it's longer, where this isn't trying to pull any sort of wool over your eyes.
Yeah.
And it really sounds like the hassle and the tediousness of it
is the game.
It is, but the good feedback loop is if you can push through those first like 2 chapters or whatever is what I hear.
That's what I heard too.
That the upgrades really start to feel good and substantial, and it's one of these games that I've heard multiple people that have wildly different opinions just across the board that have said it was a game that it made them continue to think about the game after they were done playing it. And this is
Yeah.
people that have complained in the same degree that you have from a gameplay standpoint. But it stayed in their mind, and there's something to that. You know, it's almost like a je ne sais quoi. I can't quite articulate it, but that if it stays with you, something's going on. And I heard so many people say that. And there's one podcaster that I listen to, and sometimes I think she's so shallow with her thoughts. Not all the time, but sometimes she's so dismissive in games sometimes where I'm like, you're not even being fair.
Is it a gaming podcast or just?
Yeah, it's a gaming podcast, and sometimes she'll sometimes it sounds almost like she wants to be a shock jock on a morning radio station.
Make a bunch of stupid microphone effects.
Well played.
I'm not doing it. I know
you're not. I know, but you were tempted. That was a great joke. But it stuck with her even. Now, sometimes the reason I bring that up is because sometimes it feels like she's doing a bit where she's contrarian on purpose, you know?
Yeah.
Like, just because that's, like, the shtick or whatever. But I fully kind of expected her to be, like, really dismissive and whatnot, and she couldn't stop basically saying that it stuck with her. And I don't remember if she was one that... I think she was so-so on the game. Not a love it or hate it or anything like that, but I don't know. And then Colin Moriarty, I heard him talk about it, and it really stuck with him as well. And it's video game. I'm not trying to be. It's Michelle Madison from Video Game Outsiders. It's just sometimes she does a little bit of shock. I realized it was like I was trying to be too coy or whatever. She's a big girl. She'd absolutely handle criticism. She'd tell me to fuck off. So. It's one of those things where those two I never hear give a same take on a game. But I listen to each of their podcasts a good bit.
Yeah.
And they both had that feedback. So I don't know, man. Hearing that actually has me more intrigued. I'm not going to play it probably. Maybe in a PS Plus scenario or something. But... I just enjoyed the kind of the ride of hearing people try to figure out what they think of the game.
See, I've heard on another podcast that it was a new genre that it created. That's why everyone's so like, what is this? Because I've never seen a game that is only, like Ether was saying, it is only fetch quests, but I haven't seen a game that is only fetch quests. Like I've seen a game with a storyline with fetch quests inside of it.
Yes,
but I heard it's like its own. It created its own genre, which is why everyone's kind of like, I don't know what to do with this because this is something I've never done before.
Yeah, and that's why,
that's good.
Absolutely,
and not $80 good. I'm not going to spend $80 on an experiment.
Sure.
I'll wait until 20. Yeah,
but isn't it weird that on paper I already hate the game?
Yeah, no, I do too.
But
I'm intrigued.
I really enjoy hearing about it.
Yeah.
Ether's got a lot to say here. He says, from a story perspective, you can do a lot with the fetch quests, but it requires to be a pre-planned plot line. That is really tough for me to say. This is water, by the way. I'm not doing whiskey this week. So it's a game that makes you think, which makes you think more deeply, causing a want or a need to understand the deeper question. The kind of games that people think beyond the game and think about the universe. Oh, the Kojima is what they're calling the genre. That's funny. Yeah, and I really enjoy other media that does that. Books, shows, movies.
Yeah.
You know, I want to say that probably my favorite movie recently that gave me that just I couldn't stop thinking about it was Annihilation.
Okay.
And it was weird and off, and I really liked it, but I just wanted to keep watching it and listen to what other people thought about it.
Yeah.
And I can't imagine having that as a goal and maybe executing on it. It almost feels intentional.
For the movie or the game?
The game, sorry.
Oh, okay.
Well, the movie definitely. The director said, that is the intention. He wants...
But the game also has a bunch of online... features as well, where other people build bridges and you may see it in your world, but they disintegrate after a while due to the time fall or the rainfall that
Yeah.
disintegrates. You know what I mean? Like that's a cool idea too, but at the same time, I don't want that. I want to experience the game to my. It is. I don't know. It's weird. It's a weird game.
It is, but they also, when they start mentioning that it behaves like Journey, and I really had
Journey's
an emotional impact.
Yeah, right.
Journey. So
I played it once.
Yeah, I played it one time, and it was magical. So
did you play with anyone online? Because I did, and I felt attached to that person.
Yeah, I mean, people played with me. Yeah, I had a friend that came over. She came to drop a Blu-ray off that she was borrowing, and I had just started, and she stayed and watched me play the whole time.
Yeah, it's like a 2-hour game.
It was like 2 or 3 hours, and it blew our minds seeing other people in my game like helping one another out and
like flashing your scarves or whatever it was. I don't remember the game. Yeah,
just awesome.
Like, come with me, and I'm like, okay, and they guided me through the game.
So now they're telling me that I can get those feelings by playing this, because that's the feeling that I'm told is evoked when you do come across the things that other people had built that you just happen to need. So it's like, I'm digging people talking about. I do not want to invest into 2 chapters of being bored bouncing shit, though. I'm with you on that. Like, that's why I'm not gonna probably try it.
If it's $20, I will definitely pick it up because it's Kojima and I want to support him ever since the whole Konami fiasco.
I bet it's a PSN game eventually.
Yeah,
if you give it a good year or two. So, alrighty. So let's talk about new releases from this week, Kevin.
Yeah. I don't know if there's one you want to specifically start with. The top one?
Well, I guess the first one I wanted to just mention.
Sure.
Have you played any Shenmue?
No. I get that confused with Yakuza all the goddamn time.
Have you played Yakuza?
No. I get that confused with Shenmue all the goddamn time.
Then I would say that's totally fair.
Shenmue was a Dreamcast game, or was that Yakuza?
Shenmue was a Dreamcast game.
Yes.
I do not know the platforms of Yakuza. So, theoretically, it could also be a Dreamcast game. I don't know. Yakuza.
Because I know they just released Yakuza 5 or 4 now, and they changed the gameplay completely. It's an RPG instead of like an action game. Which is surprising.
Like a menu turn-based action?
Yeah.
RPG? Oh, okay. Well, they
tried something different with it.
More like Persona style?
Yeah, but it's normally like an action game.
Yeah.
So they completely changed their gameplay.
Interesting. The only reason, Shenmue is definitely the neatest. It happened. The fact that Shenmue 3 happened is cool. I have no interest in playing it. I watched.
This was the one that they. This is the one that they said at E3 with the Kickstarter. Is this the one?
Yes.
Okay, so they actually did reach its goal. When I hear Kickstarter stories, I'm like, are you really though? Because
it hit its goal and it's out. Well, some things have been delivered. I've done some Kickstarts that have panned out.
I got Toe Jam and Neural.
I did Pure Solar on PC. They actually delivered that. They haven't delivered their other games, bastards.
Mighty Number 9.
I did not do that. I know I did at least one other one. Oh, maybe they were Indiegogos. Like I did Blu-ray for Norm the Gaming Historian. And Oliver Harper. I don't have his Blu-ray yet, but I did get the digital movie. I think it's cool that Shenmue 3 exists. I'm very happy for people, and I watched Johnny Millennium's video, Happy Console Gamer, and he seems to be happy with it. Now, it was just his first impressions. It wasn't a full review, but he seemed to be happy with it, so.
I just know the main character from Sonic and All-Star Racing. He drives what does he drive? That truck?
I don't remember.
Forklift. He drives a forklift.
Okay, weird. That's cool.
Yeah. The other game was Narcos: Rise of the Cartels.
Oh, I don't want to talk about Narcos.
Why not?
I don't know what it is.
Let's talk about it.
No,
it's Narcos. It's based on the Narcos from the 19.
Oh, you do want to talk about it?
No. I'm joking. I have no idea what that game is.
The only other one that stood out to me is I wanted to talk about Jedi Fallen Order. Because I was chatting with my buddy Matt today, and based on the Bombcast, they were talking about a lot of technical issues with the game. And I hear, though, outside of the technical issues, it's fantastic. It's a good story and super fun. Yeah. So I was telling him, I'm like, man, I hope there may be some bad press about it being buggy will drop the price faster. This is a game that as soon as I can get it for that nice $20 kind of price, somewhere in that ballpark, I'm very excited to play this game. I hear it's a good game. So
I've heard no complaints either. I'm part of a dad group on Facebook,
Okay.
a dad gaming group, and yeah, I've seen screenshots and videos. It looks good. I'm not a big Star Wars guy, which is surprising, but I mean, I won't get it, but I'm glad that other people are enjoying it.
I love the sounds of Star Wars, and I do really love the first 3 movies. But it's not necessarily that it's Star Wars that has me interested in this game. It's the fact it's Respawn. Remember we were talking about them, the Call of Duty guys?
Yeah.
That's why I want to play it, because I don't know why. I just get to keep bringing up how much I like Titanfall 2. So yeah, I those people made a third-person action game. Sign me up. Oh, and they're gonna have all the Star Wars properties to tinker with. Okay, let's sign me up for that. So yeah, I think those are probably the 2 games that are the most notable. Scrolling through the list, Pokemon Sword and Shield came out, right? And that's supposed to be a big deal.
Yeah, I seen people were pissed off at it because apparently Game Freak lied.
I saw the hashtag. Whatever, who cares?
Yeah, it's something about the models being reused, but Pokemon's always the same.
It's a kid's game, and remember when we were kids and we liked cartoons and they reused stuff and it didn't bother us?
Yeah. And I tried this year to get into Pokemon. I went to a yard sale and someone was selling 3DS games for $6. So I got like 12 3DS games, and 8 of those games are Pokemon games. Like Pokemon Dungeon, Pokemon Master, Pokemon X and Y, Pokemon whatever other 3DS ones were. And I tried. I really, really tried. And I don't know, it's not for me. And I get that other people enjoy it, but to me, Pokemon has always felt like a ripoff, because you have 2 games, 2 exact same games, except this one has Pokemon B and this one has Pokemon A. In order to get all of them, you need both games. And I'm like, or you can play with your friend, but I have no friends.
Yeah.
So it was never my cup of tea. I really did try. I put about 8-9 hours into the game.
Okay.
And it was cool seeing Pikachu and the Pokemon I do know. But I'm like, I played Pocket Morty, which is a Rick and Morty iPhone game. And I learned how to play Pokemon from that game, because that game is a Pokemon game, except with Mortys instead of Pokemon.
That one has an awesome chiptune rendition of, I forget the name of the song, but the chiptune rendition in that Pocket Mortys is excellent.
Yeah, it was a great soundtrack and all different types of Mortys. But I tried. And I mean, God bless you all who love Pokemon Sword and Shield and X and Y and Gold and Silver and what have you. I mean, it's all yours. I don't know. I tried. I know the theme song.
Okay, better than me. So either gives Fallen Order a 7.5 to 8 out of 12. So that would put it 75%, right? Solid 7, 8 out of 12. So it means it's a good game. So I'll take his word for it.
He said, sorry, Ether on the comments is also saying he gave, I guess, Pokemon. I thought Fallen would be more like Sekiro. I got it. And I guess Pokemon, he gave it a 7.5 to 8 out of 12. And then he tells me not to hate on Pokemon Dungeon. I actually didn't play Pokemon Dungeon. I traded that game in for $6 to get my Switch one day. So win-win.
I was watching I was going down a rabbit hole of, I'm in the guitar market. I really want to buy another guitar.
Yeah.
So anyways, I was looking at but I don't have a lot of money. So I was looking at, have you ever heard of the band Periphery? They're like a metal prog band. No. I've always heard of them, never been into them. But one of their guitarists, Mark Holcomb, has a signature model of a Paul Reed Smith guitar that I like. That's really nice and it's affordable and it blah blah blah. Sent down a rabbit hole looking at PRS guitars last night. Well, I got recommended a documentary of them making their recent album. And I'm like, I'm not a fan of the band, but I enjoy their musicianship, and it's cool to see how things are made. So who knows? Maybe this will be entertaining. And it was like 50 minutes, so they clearly put a lot of time into it. Even if you are not a fan of the music of Periphery, if you like this podcast, I guarantee you are a fan of the people in Periphery. Like a third of the documentary was them playing video games. Like it was always them stopping playing video games. So like one of them would be editing, wearing a Grand Theft Auto shirt. They all went out like as this band that's a very famous band playing Pokemon together on the street and like meeting up people and going to gyms and
oh, that's cool.
Like unabashed, unironic. They're in their 30s and 40s playing Pokemon unironically. Like they're clearly into it. Playing PlayStation 4. It was just like, wow, they're just regular ass dudes. It's cool. They're not too into the success that they've had or whatnot.
Hey, for a little bit, the whole world was in love with Pokemon Go. So
not the whole world.
Pokemon. I'd say 85%. The other 50%.
Okay, yeah, all right, yeah. No, man, not all. Hashtag not all. So
yeah.
So we.
My mom was playing Pokemon Go. She's like, "I Pikachu I'm trying to get." Yeah. Her and I would go on walks together and look for gyms. It was so cute. I loved it.
I love the idea that like I could be sitting there and like Danny Carey from Tool could just be like at a park going. I'm like, holy shit, you're Danny Carey. He's like, oh, you just got the Bulbasaur or whatever. Is that a Pokemon? Right, that's one. Oh fuck, Charizard. Charizard is one that people always go for, right? Right.
He's a dragon, of course.
Okay.
Why wouldn't you go for him?
So, all right, Ethan. Good seeing you, man. Keep your spirits up, and thanks for hanging out. Yeah. So that's new releases for the week. That we're going to talk about.
Oh, and one more game. Sorry, Bubble Bobble 4 friends. It's Bubble Bobble with 4 players. I'm intrigued. Go on.
Okay, Bubble Bobble's a great game.
Fucking love Bubble Bobble. That theme song makes me want to cry every time I hear it. It's so beautiful.
Is that the do 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 do? I have. Hold on, you run the show for a second, okay? You talk about Bubble Bobble.
All right, so Bubble Bobble for Friends is obviously Bubble Bobble, but for friends. It's a 4-player, which means it's Bub, Bob, Bib, and Bab. Well, I made those last 2 up. And it's 4-player co-op for, doesn't say what console, so I have enough babbling. What's that? Is that the soundtrack?
No.
Is that a Famicom?
Yeah, it's a Famicom Disk System version.
Oh, shit, that's awesome.
Isn't that rad?
Yeah, it's really cool.
Because Bubble Bobble's awesome. If you need a good co-op game, right?
My brother and I bonded recently, well, like maybe 12, 15 years ago, over Bubble Bobble when he was going through like his divorce or whatever, and him and I started hanging out together. I went over his house. He bought the title collection on Xbox, and he specifically bought it for Bubble Bobble. And him and I spent all night playing Bubble Bobble, and that's how this is like on the Xbox. That's the kind of game we were going after. Yeah, and we bonded, and it held a special place in my heart ever since.
It's funny that you say that. My brother was in mine when I bought Bubble Bobble because we like to play co-op games together. Yeah. So my intention is to play it with, hopefully not over him getting over a divorce. His wife's cool, so that would be rough.
No, my brother's fine now, but it was we played it together. And the best way to get the ending in Bubble Bobble is co-op. You can play in one player, but you won't get the best ending. So and then they're friends at the end. Oh, what a beautiful thing!
It is great. The thing is, like, this is a bootleg cover, but a real cartridge. So like sometimes on eBay they will DeskJet print the label. So, whatever.
The Famicom disc is cool. You know what, I don't own any of them.
You know what? I say that. I said that with confidence. I don't know if I should have. I can't read Japanese. Okay, no, that looks right. Like, because the disc system games, you could go to kiosks and you could flash them to different games. Yeah. So I think one of my Castlevanias was just straight. It was on a reflashed cart. But this one has label markings that match the cover. Again, I don't know what it says. It's cool.
You have a Famicom? Mm-hmm. Oh, you do have one? Okay.
Yeah, it works. Can you play it? Huh? Yeah.
Oh. I thought the AV, not the AV, the outlet would be a different plug.
It is, but it's Japanese, so they run on 100 volts, where we're like 110. The Famicom Disk System runs on C or D batteries also as an option.
Oh, okay.
And there are AC adapters now that you can get that will step down the voltage or whatever. And the way that it works, it's plugged into the back. But that AVS, that like clone HDMI thing that I have, has a Famicom slot in it. So
that's cool.
So the way that the Famicom disk system worked is there's a cartridge that hangs out of the back of it, and you plug the cartridge into the cartridge slot of the Famicom, and it's like extra RAM or something like that.
Yeah.
And so it uses the output and everything from the Famicom. So they made this FPGA version totally compatible. So on our channel, I've played a couple of Famicom games. I did Legend of the Zelda. I can't believe I did that. Legend of Zelda. The original one, played all the way through that on the channel with the disc system game. And I played the one full playthrough of Doki Doki Panic, the original Mario. I need to get back to doing some of that stuff. I went down that rabbit hole. No, playing old video games on the internet.
Oh, yeah. Speaking of which, the YouTube channel, what the hell? You got a copyright claim?
Oh, yeah. KSI didn't get enough prize money beating Logan Paul in boxing, so had to come after our Let's Play. Yeah,
I don't know.
It says
KSI.
It's a big YouTube. Don't worry about it.
Oh,
he's one of the biggest YouTubers like on the platform.
Okay.
And we have a copyright strike from
him.
From him on our Let's Play of Dead Space 3.
What did he say the copyright claim was?
It's not him. It's not manual by him, but I'll fucking bring it up.
I saw that you mentioned on Twitter, and I was like, Dead Space 3? Who gives a fuck?
Well, it's obviously an algorithm. Like his company or whatever is just out there claiming
being
stuff.
A bunch of assholes.
Yeah, so
God, I miss old YouTube. Remember typing in the word boobs on YouTube?
They're claiming that our Dead Space is his Dead Space playthrough.
Well, his Dead Space playthrough can bite me.
Our channel is demonetized, so he's just putting ads on it. But I do need to get in there and
that would frustrate me to no end.
Dude, we get them all the time. It's annoying. But yeah, KSI Ola DJ or whatever his name is.
I got one YouTube claim, one Facebook claim. I went to go watch video games live, and I recorded them playing Metal Gear Solid, and I put it on Instagram, and I got a copyright claim for that. Motherfucker, they told me we can record it and share it. They literally said, feel free to record these videos. I put it on Instagram, and I got a copyright claim for that. Motherfucker, what's
I clicked on a video on accident. We're good.
Oh,
we're all good.
I was like, oh no, we're doing so well.
No, I know. No, we're good. So yeah, we got a weird copyright claim. It just shows when you have a huge following on YouTube, you get to do whatever the hell you want. So they just get to go around and they're like, hey, I've played Dead Space before. You know what? That video of that guy playing Dead Space, that's now my video of Dead Space. So.
And you said he died or something, or no, or he fought someone?
No, he lost a fight to Logan Paul. He was
good. Fuck him. I hope he broke his leg.
No, KSI beat Logan Paul, I think. Yes.
Damn it.
You know who Logan Paul is?
No.
He was did you hear about a guy that videotaped or made jokes about finding someone who committed suicide in a Japanese forest?
Yeah.
It's that guy.
That. Okay, the dude with the curly hair? Yeah. Surprisingly built for some reason?
He boxed the guy that copyright claimed our video.
Oh, how random.
And
okay.
It's not really random because he just gets to send an algorithm out to go collect money.
No, I mean the boxing match. It's like one YouTuber versus another YouTuber?
Yeah, dude, we're not getting into this, but there's this whole weird lineage of YouTube boxing becoming like a thing.
Weird.
Yeah.
I live under a rock for anyone listening. I don't pay attention to the internet very closely.
Or I just live under a rock of YouTube and need to get out more. I think that's probably what it is. Oh, well. Let's talk about gaming news.
Yes. So we don't have a lot this week. It was cute. I saw that I was editing the share folder while you were editing it. But I was doing it before I left work.
Great,
I was like, I want to say hi to Scott, but I got to leave. We don't have that much this week, which is pretty good. because you don't want to get too heavy with the news. But I want to say this first news. Most of these news are based off Twitter, and I can't stop saying news. The game that news. Sorry, when someone says that, I have to jump in. The game that everyone's been waiting for. That joke, where is from Steam? Where is Half-Life 3? Where is Half-Life 3? When is Half-Life 3 going to come out? When is Half-Life 2 Episode 3? Half-Life has been announced.
Not what you just... No, it hasn't.
Nope, for VR. Well, yeah, the new Half-Life.
You implied that a 3 or an Episode 3 was announced. There are no 3s anywhere in this title.
Everyone was saying, where's Half-Life 3? Half-Life 3. Man, that was my joke. I was leading into the fact that it wasn't Half-Life 3. Half-Life Alyx. Alyx? The new VR game. It's going to be out to Steam. VR. Naturally, people were pissed off because, like I was just saying, everyone wanted Half-Life 3 or Half-Life 2 Episode 3. I don't know what people want, but I know it's 3.
Yes.
And Valve is famous for not releasing the third games.
Yes.
Half-Life 3, Left 4 Dead 3, something else 3, Portal 3, which hasn't been out yet.
Correct.
What do you think about this? Do you think they did this on purpose to fuck with people, like Diablo on the?
No, they. Well, it always seemed like if Valve was okay. The thing with Half-Life is it, especially 2, made a big jump forward in games. They had a great discussion about it on the Bombcast about the way that they pushed physics forward in video games.
Yeah.
So it kind of felt like in order to justify another thing that they were going to put Half-Life on, it had to be a next step in gaming. It had to be another evolution. So what are they heavily invested in? VR. So you knew that if they were going to do it, it seemed obvious that it would be a VR thing. And they are calling this a flagship VR experience. And I think that's actually really, really exciting. If people are pissed, whatever, obviously people are always going to be pissed. But I think this is great. Another point that the Bombcast had brought up that I really agreed with was naming it Alyx. And just totally staying away from numbers and all that kind of stuff. But leveraging the fact that they are going to make a big, real deal Half-Life. That's not... Or it's implied that it's not another episode type of thing. What that means in terms of hours, who knows? You know, it could be a short experience.
Is this like a spin-off?
We don't know that.
Okay.
It was announced in Twitter because stuff started leaking, so they just came out with it. So we don't know yet.
Well, that's the thing. Why not just make a Half-Life 3 in VR? Why make one called Alyx?
Maybe they didn't feel that they made enough of a step forward. Maybe
because you can play this in first person or VR, I would imagine. If it was Half-Life 3, you'd have the option to play either or.
I again is gonna say I feel like I'm just stealing the whole discussion from Giant Bomb. So I guess just assume that someone else already had these opinions, but I agree with them. No, then it couldn't be a flagship VR game. If you can easily port it to not VR, you're not advancing the gaming experience enough to call it Half-Life 3.
It's kind of like Portal bridge construction game for iPhone. It says Portal in it. It is Portal, but it doesn't feel like a Portal game to me.
Yeah.
It's like a spin-off of a Portal.
I can see... You haven't played this, so you don't know if that's what that is, but there's certainly the potential for that. Yeah. The difference there, though, is that's a licensed game that some developer made Bridge Builder, and then they licensed Portal and made a Bridge Builder with the Portal license and had some Portal hooks in it. Where this is Valve saying, we're making another Portal. So there's that difference there. Just because it's not like, Acme Game Company that it is known for VR is making a VR game with the Half-Life license. It's the guys that are heavily invested in VR that are making a game they're calling a flagship VR game. So the fact that they're even willing to call anything Half-Life shows that they're very confident, in my opinion, that this is something substantial that they're going to do. And I don't blame them for staying away from 3.
I don't know. I feel like you could have done it just 3 as VR. People would be happy. It'd be VR. It'd be a new experience.
You're making a lot of assumptions on the quality, I think.
Yeah, that's why I'm not a marketer or a developer or
So,
a marketing developer.
yeah, but don't you want to set expectations appropriately? Like, I think if you, I feel like there's a higher risk, lower reward calling it 3 than there would be with Alyx. Alyx is like, oh, they're doing something else in Half-Life. But the expectations of it being 3, I don't know. I think it's kind of smart that they're staying away from 3. But I see your point, though.
It's boiling the pot again. It's making people interested in 3 again. So it's not a dead franchise. But I also don't want a Duke Nukem Forever situation either.
What if this is just their litmus test?
Could be.
You know, like this is their dip the toe in. Hey, well, people, if we do something this bananas in VR and put Half-Life in it, are people gonna reject it or are they gonna embrace it? If they embrace it, maybe that'll be their. What if this is a code name and on launch day, like everybody finds out it's Half-Life 3 because they boot in the first time and it just says Half-Life 3, and Alyx was a red herring the whole time.
Like when movie studios release their reels, it says like a completely different movie on it.
Yes. Yeah, there's like screener things or whatever.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I'm excited that Valve's making a video game that it's not about making a tremendous amount of money first. You know, like with the Battle Chess stuff and Dota. I was like, yeah, but remember how much fun Portal was? Like,
fuck, I just want Portal. God, I want Portal so badly.
I'm with you on that, dude. Portal.
Make it in space. Portal. You've teased it.
I know.
Teased it. Just make it in space, Portal, and anti-gravity. That's all you need.
Dude, I'm with you. Yeah, it could be really, really
with the
really
gels.
I know.
And Wheatley's still out there.
So yeah, that's Valve's making a VR game that they're calling a flagship, and they're putting Half-Life in the title. So get excited. Woo! Get excited. Yeah. And what do we got next?
Detroit Become Human enhanced PC version gets release date and trailer.
What's enhanced?
I don't know. It's going to be on its way to PC on December 12th via the Epic Game Store, which I know people hate the Game Store for some reason because it's a fucking store. Who cares? I love the Epic Game Store. You know why?
Because I got Batman
for free.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't even play PC games, but I'm like, I'll make an account. I'll download the Lego Batman games I already own and I'll do it for free again. I'll get the Batman games for free even though I already own them again. Sure, so I have them. So thank you, Epic Game Store.
You're done with your hack. That's your game. Is just those are now in my possession. Those digital files.
Yep, I have them, and one day I will probably never play them, but they're there. So, anyways, it's going to be $39.99, and a free playable demo will be available on the day of release, so you can try it out.
Cool.
It's going to be upgraded visuals, running it up to 4K and 60 FPS. Nice. Now, why this caught my eye is because, like we'll get into, I've been playing Detroit Become Human. And I want everybody to enjoy this game because I don't know if this is exclusive to PS4.
It is.
It is, okay. And as much as that's cool because, exclusive for consoles, I believe that everyone should experience this game. And if you can play it on a very powerful PC, which sounds like it's the case, go ahead.
PS Now is on PC. Like you can.
Oh, that's true.
That streaming service. So you can get access to this game.
It just won't be 4K like this one says it's going to be.
Yeah, the new one, but that's okay. It's better than not playing it, right?
Yeah. I'll get into my thoughts on it after we get into what we've been playing. I'm going to save the other Twitter one for last.
Okay.
Because I saw this Crash Bandicoot one. There's going to be a new Crash Bandicoot new Crash Bandicoot game. The NyQuil's kicking in.
NyQuil, I was going to say NyQuil.
It's going to come out in 2020 for PS4, Xbox, PC, and Switch. Now, I don't know if this is classic Crash Bandicoot or how can I say it? Or is this the Activision Crash Bandicoot with the dumbass tribal tattoos and the mohawk and you know that when Activision released the Crash games for a bit.
No, I didn't know. I unfortunately okay. I get Banjo Kazooie and Crash Bandicoot mixed up.
That's fair. They're both brown animals. One's a bear, one's a bandicoot. I think one's a
But
bear.
I'm so removed, and for me, there's something about the cadence of their names are similar, and I can't
Crash
keep them straight.
Bandicoot, Bandijokui. Oh, that wasn't even a word. I just kind of combined a bunch of letters. Not close kicking it. Yeah, so they're gonna release a new Crash Bandicoot game. I hope it's a continuation of the original ones. I think it is. Um, there's not much to say on it. They're just making a new Crash Bandicoot. Have you played any of the Crashes?
Nope.
None of them, eh? Not even the original ones?
No, they're a PlayStation,
Wow.
aren't they?
Yeah.
Never owned a PlayStation until the 3.
Oh wow. Okay.
Yeah, my brother,
So
I had little dabbles like my kids in the dorm and friends and a roommate. My brother had a PS2, so I played Lord of the Rings, Two Towers, and some Tiger Woods and whatnot. But no, never had one.
Shit. Rui and I used to play. Rui, my old co-host of my old podcast. We would play. I don't know why we did this, but we played Crash Bandicoot, the first one, and we recorded ourselves playing on a VHS. So we had a PlayStation plugged into the VCR, and you could record whatever's on the TV. So we record ourselves playing, and when we were done, we'd watch ourselves play. I don't know why. We put the VCR in, rewind it, and just watch it. And we'd laugh at all the times we died and be like, "Oh, remember how angry you were at that time?" Well,
oh, that's fun.
and we like see where we paused it for a long time. We're like, yeah, that's when we went to go make food and we forgot it was recording. So you just see the game pause.
It's almost like flipping through a photo album. Like, remember that vacation we were on? That boat ride and whatnot?
Yeah, but like 4 seconds later is when we watched the video.
Well, it's fun.
I don't know why we did that, but we did. I think I discovered that it worked and we just kind of fucked around with it. This is what Let's Plays were before Let's Plays.
Yeah. You were ahead of the,
and I loved
the game.
I loved all the Crash games, 1, 2, and 3, and then I bought the collection. I still have to play. No, I beat them all. I want to play it again. They're great. I love the Crash collection. So a new one would be great. I had when Blockbuster was closing here, I went crazy and spent like $100 on games. They're just pretty much selling everything. And I bought an Activision game called Crash of the Wild, Crash of the something. Anyways, it was an Activision Crash Bandicoot, and I was like, this isn't my Crash. I don't know what you guys did to him, but he has like a tribal tattoo. He's dumb as a fox or a bandicoot, and it wasn't my buddy. But I was very angry until Sony took him over again, or someone took him over again. Doesn't matter. My night close kicking in.
And then I want to give some thoughts on. I got into the xCloud preview, which is
what the hell is that?
So Xbox allows you to stream from your computer to your phone if it's supported, or from your computer. I'm sorry, from your console to your phone over network.
What is xCloud?
xCloud is their xCloud is their version of like Stadia or PS Now, where it is 100% streaming from their server to your phone or device or whatever.
But is it a game thing or a movie thing?
It's like Netflix but Xbox. Like you go there. You see a list of games. You click on one. It's just Xbox. Okay. It's just you play games on streaming. The way Stadia does.
Oh, is this what you were talking about last time?
That was from my console to my phone. Oh, gotcha. So Xbox is allowing 2 different versions of this. You can stream from your console, or you can stream from their servers over the internet to you.
Okay.
So, I thought I was in the xCloud preview, but I was not until today. Well, at first, when I first tried this out. Because when you turn on your console, the white light turns on, regardless of whether it's an Xbox One or PS4. There's an LED that lights up when your console turns on.
Yeah.
I am able to connect to my console and stream games from it without that indicator coming on. So I thought I was streaming. I thought my console was off, and then I was streaming from Microsoft, but that wasn't the case. I was just streaming through my console, even though I didn't realize that my console was actually on. It looked like it wasn't.
The future's beautiful.
It's wild.
Yeah.
But today I got an email that said, congratulations, you were selected for the Xbox xCloud preview. So I don't have my controller hooked up, so it's not going to let me in. That stinks. I was going to kind of show you the interface, but it's kind of like a Netflix-style interface. And if you're streaming from your console, it's just whatever installed. You can just stream from your console.
Oh, that's so cool.
What's on xCloud is more curated. It's only these particular games.
Specific games, yeah.
But I was able to... Ori was playable. Not ideal.
Do you need an Xbox for this to access it?
The xCloud, no. Assuming you're in the program, because this is invite only right now.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
But
when
in
the future,
yeah,
you will not need a console. You'll need right now an Xbox One controller is required. That might even go by the wayside because Xbox just came out and said they just showed. I think their xCloud system that you can use a PS4 controller, and they were like showed it in their presentation.
Huh.
So if you have a Bluetooth controller and a phone that supports it, you'll be able to use it. You won't need the console.
Interesting. Okay.
Same as with a browser on your computer.
Yeah.
So you could just use, like you've complained about your laptop's power, like you can't game on it. But theoretically, this might be a way in. Huh?
Yeah. If you're streaming.
Because you got good internet.
Yeah.
And you have a browser that can run 60 FPS YouTube videos.
Yeah.
So maybe that'll work. I don't know. The fact that it's not absolute trash is amazing. I could play Ori.
Yeah, that's pretty rad.
I don't know if I could get all the way through it.
Why? Is it because the screen's small or?
No, the latency.
Oh, gotcha.
But the latency on it is very noticeable. But man, what a world! The thing with this xCloud is it's I believe it's going to just be part of that Games Pass Ultimate.
Oh, that'd be so nice.
So for $15 a month, you get the PC games and the Xbox games. You get all the features of Gold, I believe. Like I think you can still go and get the free games for Gold or whatever.
Yeah.
Or included. Sorry. And then also maybe be able to, because I can turn on cellular data and be able to play this streaming over cellular. It doesn't require Wi-Fi. Even streaming from my console doesn't require Wi-Fi. I can select to stream from my console over cellular data.
That'd kill your data plan though, but
so what? Like you can, the fact that it works, Kevin. The fact that's an option. Rad. Yes, I'm not going to use that app, but
I'd never work again. I can tell you that.
Bathroom breaks would they'd be like, you just take your laptop with you. Look, we know.
Yeah.
No one poops for that long. It's amazing. It's not flawless. It's totally just functional at this point, but
it'll get better.
I am really getting hooked. Like this Microsoft strategy is working really, really well on me.
Well, that's what I heard about the Google Stadia was that the latency was a big issue.
That and a big comparison thing here as well is the Stadia. You still have to buy the game as though it's a retail game.
Yeah, is it full price?
Yes.
Ugh.
Yes. xCloud has a lot more games that are just included.
Yeah.
At $15 a month. So, yeah, after 4 months, you've spent the same amount as one game, but you've probably got more than, like, Forza 4, Horizon 4 was on there, Gears 5's on there, Ori and the Blind Forest was on there. So, they got great library of games to go check out. So, initial impressions of the preview, thumbs up. I like it.
Huh.
So
I never heard of it. So
I'm also rooting for Stadia. Look, I'm over owning physical copies of games.
I'm still a physical copy guy, but I'm over new consoles. So that makes sense.
completely the opposite. Like, I'm still into new consoles, but digital only, baby. I don't want to buy any more physical bullshit.
Oh no, I love it. I have no room for it, but I love it.
I have my problem is just patches are required. Like, that's why I don't care about physical anymore, because
there's no difference.
It's
You still gotta install it. You gotta install it still. You're not saving space. Yeah, it's stupid.
So
the box.
And I don't care about the box. I got enough boxes. I got my old games. I got my NES and Genesis games. I have almost any of the carts that I, really wanted as a kid. So
yeah,
for the most part, I don't really care about physical video games anymore. I love the convenience of just firing it up and playing. So
that's fair.
Yeah. All right. Well, the interesting thing that we have here about the Game Awards nominees that you have up on Jeff Keighley's Twitter, the interesting thing is that there's 6 games announced for Game of the Year from the Video Game Awards, or whatever, the Game Awards. I can't participate in this conversation. I've played a little bit of Outer Worlds.
Well, I hate the Video Game Awards, which is funny because I'm talking about this.
Don't worry, we'll say what the nominees are soon.
Yeah. I've always hated Video Game Awards. I think I don't like watching it, and I always disagree with everything they say. But people watch it mostly for the trailers.
And come on, and the cringe. Don't get it twisted.
Well, yeah, that's Mountain Dew and nachos and Doritos and
the guy that made the Brothers game last year, and he's like went off on EA, even though EA was publishing his game. Like, I don't know if you remember that guy,
I'm not familiar.
Joseph or something. Oh man, it was awesome.
What do you do?
No, we're sticking on it. He went off on live TV, dropped F-bombs and stuff. Explaining it, I'm not going to do it justice.
I'll watch a highlight of it. I'm sure it's out there.
Oh, it is.
Anyways, the 6 games that they're saying is for the Game of the Year is Control, which is a game I've never heard of.
A massive... you should. I hear Control's awesome. I will definitely play it. But commercial flop. But everyone that's played it says it's absolutely incredible.
Okay. I'll take your word on that.
I'll actually give them props for having Control on there.
Is it an indie game?
No.
All right, then. I'm surprised I never heard of it. Death Stranding, which I think is kind of a cheat because it just came out. How the hell can it be a Game of the Year already?
Jeff Keighley's in it. He and Kojima are best friends.
Right. I don't know how I feel. How do you feel about Jeff Keighley?
I don't hate him as much as Dustin. He's fine. He's innocuous to me. He seems fine. I just don't pay attention to him.
He's like the I don't know. He's like the biggest. I don't want to say hack, but he's like the biggest. You know when you watch the red carpet for like Oscar awards and shit, and you see those announcers, and I'm like, you guys are so hacky, but you're good at this, and that's what he is.
Yes, a Ryan Seacrest.
He's good at what he does. Yeah, yes, perfect. That's exactly what he is. He's like the Ryan Seacrest of video games.
Yeah.
I'm like, you suck, but you're good at what you do, so keep at it.
He doesn't offend me. Something about him makes Dustin's skin crawl.
Oh, really? Nah, yeah. I got no beef. I just I don't know.
He seems like a generic person sometimes.
Yeah, he's
just because I only see him in that light. I only see him in the presenter mode, so he has to... The only time I ever see Jeff Keighley is he's walking that line of being a fan, being a corporate guy, making his own way. So he walks, so it's like, whatever.
Yeah.
But I don't really have a thought, I guess.
Resident Evil 2, which I'm very surprised to see on this list, because I love that game, but even I don't think it's Game of the Year material. And I love this game. I'm waiting for the new DLC to come out to play it again, because I don't know if I said this already. I love this game. I love it. But Game of the Year, 'tis not. But hey, I'm glad to see it on the list. Well, I can't even see that. Sekiro. Sekiro Shadows Die Twice. Have you played this one?
No, I've never played any From Software games.
Yeah, I'm not a big Souls guy. I can't take the frustration. $10, sure. $60 to get angry, I'm good. The Outer Worlds, which is also just came out, so I'm surprised it's on here. You've played a little bit of it too, right?
Yeah, that's the one I bounced. I remember I was complaining about the choices didn't feel earned.
Right, right. And Super Smash Brothers Ultimate, which I think is kind of a cheat, but I guess you need a Nintendo game up
Why?
there.
I'm curious why you would classify that as a cheat.
It's a fighting game. It's not like it's just a collection of characters in a fighting game, and even then, it's questionable fighting game.
But yeah, it is a video game.
It is a video game.
And
I don't know how they rank the game of the year though. Like, what makes this a game of the year? Is it sales? Is it population?
I forget how the Game Awards does it, but it probably is because that's how they used to do it. Is they get different journalists and ask their opinion, prominent people. You'll I don't know, a lot of well-known critics. I know Jeff Gertzman has been someone that's been involved, and you probably see like Chris Waters or hey Kaiser, what's up, man? Kevin, you remember Retro Kaiser, right? From
Absolutely.
Australia. How you doing, bud?
I think he recorded a bumper for my podcast back in the day.
There you go.
Yeah.
Good to see you. Holy crap. Good morning to you. Yeah. So I think
Red Dead 2 come out this year,
yes.
and that's not on the list.
There's lots. I didn't want to try to do any research to try to bash this because it's still just opinion, but there are definitely some shockers out there that might not be on here.
Like, even on the Twitter feed, someone wrote, "What the hell is Control?" That's how I felt.
I feel like because I'm so plugged into gaming news, that's the only reason that I know about it.
Yeah.
But
I mean, I'm pretty up there too. I guess I'm not. I don't pay attention to new games until it's out, and then unless it makes like I don't know how I didn't hear about this game.
Okay, so here let's. All right, you know what, man? I just pulled up the Metacritic top ranked games for this year.
Yeah.
Maybe there's not as much to bicker about. Like I hear Disco Elysium, but that would be the same thing as Control. That's rated really high. Legend of Zelda: Link's Awakening's up there. I heard Astral Train's awesome, but yeah, I just don't know.
I guess I mean, if it's based on, I don't know. I guess because I don't know what the metrics behind it is.
It's journalists picking their favorite games and corporate entities picking their favorite games. That's not. I'm stating that as fact. I don't know, but
okay,
that's how it used to be done. No, Just Stranding is on there.
Yeah, and that just came out,
list,
so I'm surprised it's on the list.
They've had games. This is not unprecedented for them.
Yeah,
to have
no, I know that,
okay.
but I don't know. It's just weird to me.
I'm looking through that. Like, I loved Gears 5, but I'm not shocked to see that missing. So I don't know. Like, maybe they got this. I don't know.
Either way, I don't care who wins, and I'm probably not going to watch it. But I know some people do out there.
But the memes will be out there. So
yeah, absolutely.
That's the best part. Cool. Well, that's gonna be it for news this week. Let's get to what we've been playing, and then a little bit of feedback. Are we gonna do?
Oh, we have feedback.
Oh no, we don't. I'm sorry. I got a different email from Demez.
Gotcha.
He was sharing.
Saying, get that guy Kevin off the air, man. He sucks.
No
jokes. Suck.
No, he shared a ROM hack of Super Mario Land, but it's an N64 hack of Super Mario Land. So I'm really curious what the heck this is.
Super Mario Land, the Game Boy game?
Yeah. So it's exactly. I don't know what this is, and so he put this he patched this ROM together. So I don't know. Is it going to be like Mario 64? But it's all the color palette of Mario Land and the music and stuff and enemies, or is it Mario 64 put in a 2D? I don't know. So I asked him what emulator to use, and he says they used Project 64, but he hasn't tried it either. So fingers crossed for all of us, and we'll have a fun. You can hit him up on Twitter. I'm sure that if this works, he'll give you a link to his Dropbox.
Yeah, I'm intrigued.
So, yeah. So that was the feedback that we got. Yeah, I was late getting this episode out this week. I'm beside myself with. I signed up for too much shit. So Kevin, what have you been playing? I'm very curious about this first game. Oh, I'm sorry, I caught you in a coughing
no,
fit.
it's all good. Yeah, as the night goes on, I feel like crap even more. I bought a game. I've heard about this game. It was on a anything that has a touchscreen called Severed. I've seen it before, and it was on sale on the iOS for $1. And I like $1 games, so I bought it. And it's the first game besides Crypt and Necrodancer that I've been playing a lot on my iPhone.
Okay.
So anytime I have a poop break or anytime I'm about to fall asleep, I'll jump in and play this game. It's kind of like Fruit Ninja meets Wolfenstein, if that makes sense.
Okay.
So it's a corridor first-person game where you like tap on the screen, so you move forward and left. That's the Wolfenstein part. Like the graphics are sort of the same. And when you fight enemies, think Fruit Ninja, same movement with your finger. So it's kind of like, okay, Fruit Ninja meets Punch Out means Wolfenstein.
Okay.
Maybe Wolfenstein's the best example, but yeah. So you got to remember the enemy's patterns, and when they're open, you slash at them as much as you can, and then they'll attack you, and you got to dodge or block, just like Punch Out. And that so far seems to be the game, but the enemies they vary a lot. So some enemies can only be attacked when their eyes are open, or some enemies will have barriers around them that move, so your slashes get smaller. And if you keep hitting the barriers, they attack faster. The more if you attack them with bigger slashers, you get a focus meter, and this allows you to sever their body parts. And with those body parts, you can get like better stats for yourself.
Okay.
So I have no idea what the game's about. I know there's a story somewhere there, but I don't really care. It's just fun to go around slashing things with your finger. So it's the same love as Fruit Ninja, but with a storyline, if that makes sense.
Kaiser calls it Wolf Ninja Fruitenstein.
There we go. That's exactly what it is.
Excellent.
Yeah, it's interesting. I can't imagine playing this on a Vita because I feel like it's perfect for the iPhone.
That's what I was going to ask you, because I have this on Vita based on a recommendation from Colin
so you played
way
it?
back in the day. No.
Yeah.
I just installed it. It was a PS Plus game. So I'm like, yeah,
really?
I'll get that. I installed it, and I have my Vita's just there. I never try anything new on it. I've played like Bastion and games I've already played, and like Rayman Origins I've already played other places.
Dude, I've bought so many Vita games. I can tell you what games to buy.
I'm not buying anymore. I probably have some. So you tell me which ones you like, because they started getting real aggressive with PS Plus. By like, so I have a substantial collection.
Okay. Yeah, by the time I had PlayStation Plus again, they got rid of that service.
Oh, okay.
Jerks.
So once I missed out on Rocket League, I was like, I'm never skipping again. Well, cool. Yeah, I'll definitely check out Severed.
Yeah. I mean, it's usually like $3 or $4 on the iPhone. I still say it's worth it for full price. I don't know what the full price normally is, but for $1, you definitely couldn't go wrong with that.
Cool.
The other game I did, or I beat, I actually saw the credits for, was Detroit. I did it again, didn't I? I spelled it Detroit.
You did? I thought that was a joke.
No, god damn it. I'm
That's
terrible
awesome.
with that word. I don't say that word ever. So, Detroit. I'm so stupid. Become Human. I finished it. I finished it yesterday. Because I'll get on to why I had to finish it. So, it's by David Cage, Heavy Rain. I spoke about this before. I love the world. I love the story. I love the characters. But, have you played Heavy Rain?
No, I'm well aware, though.
Okay. Heavy Rain, Beyond Two Souls. I haven't played Fahrenheit or Indigo Prophecy. But so far, I've played Heavy Rain, Beyond Two Souls, and Detroit Become Human. All three games have a twist that he throws in there, and that twist ruins the game. well, it doesn't ruin it. It's unnecessary and it's stupid, and it's all I can think about when playing these games. So the biggest offender of this is Heavy Rain. If you played it, you know what I'm talking about. I don't want to spoil it, even though it's an old game. But it has to do with who the killer is. And when you find out who the killer is, you're like, that made no sense. The whole story falls apart on itself because the twist makes no sense. And you start questioning it. And you're like, well, why did this even have to happen? Why did this twist have to happen? Without that twist, you would have been good. And that's sort of the same idea with Detroit Become Human. The story is great. It's about androids, guess what? Becoming human. Think iRobot with that Will Smith movie.
Mm-hmm.
It's literally the same idea. It's a bunch of androids who break free from their slavery, as they call it, and they try to create a revolution and showing people that they're human. They're becoming human. They have their own thoughts. They don't have to listen to you. And that's your choice as the androids. Do you fight or do you go peacefully? And the game's a lot more than that. But I can't say much without spoiling it, but there's a very specific storyline that happens. And you fall in love with it, but then the twist happens, and you're like, well, that defeats the whole purpose. It's like, it's hard to say without ruining it.
Okay, let me ask you this then.
Yeah.
This is a game that rewards multiple playthroughs. That you can play it again. Is it possible to avoid this twist?
I don't think so.
Okay. That's too bad.
Because the twist is unnecessary. Now, my playthrough of the game wasn't the greatest. People died. And I was like, whoopsie doodle. I don't know what else to do. And I actually kind of got choked up on one of the endings I got.
Okay.
Because it was incredibly, as a father, I'm just going to leave it at that, really heartbreaking. And I looked it up going, what the fuck did I do wrong? And I realized that like 20 chapters beforehand, I should have made a left. And then everyone would have been happily ever after. But I made it right. So that affected the way the game played. But which is fine. Like I'm not going to go back and change my thing. The choices I made are the choices I made. That's the way these games roll.
Yeah.
That's the way I play these games anyway. It's the same thing with Walking Dead. The choices I made, unless, like I said last time, unless I didn't understand the directions or understand what the game was trying to tell me and I fucked up that way, I restarted. But other than that, the choices I made, I stick to it. I don't make the choice, see the consequence, and go back and make a different choice. I stick with it. If someone dies, they die. What are you going to do? That's the game. And I like that. And I do possibly plan to play it again when I forget the story. So maybe in like 5-6 years, I'll try it again. Just like I did with Heavy Rain. When I was like, oh my God, these voice acting is terrible. But I highly, highly recommend Detroit Become Human. One little thing that bugged me is that now that I have the PS4 remote play on my phone, and now that the DualShock finally works on the iPhone, I play a lot more games in bed before I go to bed. I stream my PS4. I usually play Binding of Isaac because it's easy to play. So I was playing Detroit Become Human because it's not an action-packed game. It's a point-and-click game or whatever you want to call it.
Yeah.
But the game being a button prompting game throws in some fucking gyroscopes nonsense at you. You have to move the controller. I learned that the controller does not recognize, or the remote play does not recognize the movement of the controller if you're doing remote play. So it doesn't recognize that, nor does it recognize the touchpad screen on the actual controller. But luckily on the remote play, if you tap it, the touchpad shows up and you can just do that.
Oh, okay.
But I couldn't do one movement of like open bottle door with the actual movement of the controller. So I had to stop playing the game until the next day, which really upset me because I'm like, I know I'm close to the end and I can't beat this because I can't open the door because the game doesn't recognize my movement of the controller. But I highly recommend it. It's a great story, great characters, beautiful looking game. I just wish David Cage would stop trying to throw in these twists. Not everything in the world needs a twist. Signs did it. Sixth Sense did it. M. Night, what's his name?
Well, that's what Kaiser's saying. Kaiser said it's Blade Runner meets M. Night Shyamalan. He said it's signs all over. He also says the game sounds brutal. He said you may like 999 and Virtue's Last Reward. He says those games are similar.
I've heard of 999. That's a Nintendo DS game, right? Yeah, I believe that's the game he's referring to. But okay, so going back to M. Night Shyamalan, Sixth Sense, great twist, right? The Village, I thought it was a great twist. I never saw that coming. But Signs, stupid twist. What was the other movie? The Devil, stupid twist. Like, you don't have to make it a twist. You knocked it out of the park once. This doesn't have to be a thing that it happens all the time. Every Saw movie had a quote unquote twist. I love Saw. And I'm like, you don't need a twist.
Sure.
You don't. You could just be a movie. You don't have to add a twist because I expect a twist. And when a twist happens, I'm angry. And that's what I felt with Detroit Become Human.
Well, he obviously listens, so I'm sure the next one will be corrected.
Oh, David Cage, please don't put any fucking twist in it. And Kaiser says, yes. So the game 999, it's the Nintendo DS game.
Cool. So, also...
the reason why I wanted to beat Detroit Become Human so badly is because for my birthday, my wife and daughter, wink, she's 4, got me the Sega Genesis Mini.
Oh, you're not talking about God of War?
Oh, I'm going to say that one after.
Okay.
The Sega Genesis Mini. So and the reason why is because I barely played it because I've been playing Detroit Become Human. So the first thing I did was plug it in. And I looked at it and put my finger in the cartridge slot, and I'm like, look at that. It opens and closes.
Nice detail.
And I did it for and the little headphone slider works. I mean, it goes up and down. It doesn't work. I did my thing of taking a photo of it, putting it next to the other minis. And minis become my new collection, apparently. And I plugged it in. I played Toe Jam and Earl, my daughter, with Hannah, and she's awful at it. And then we played Sonic 2 because I figured she can play as Tails and get hit and go off the screen and come back and do whatever she wants. She loved that.
Yeah.
And I changed the game because I heard that the game console has 40 games, where it really has like 100 games, Japanese region games.
Yeah.
And if you change the region, so I did that. I made the game in Japanese, but then I couldn't read how to go back to English.
But then everything is Japanese.
Yeah, so I'm like, I don't know, this red squiggly lines look like something. So I did that, and that was factory reset. So I'm like, all right, now I know how to get back, but it's too much of a hassle to try that.
Sure.
The lineup of games isn't bad, but I don't know what it is. I think I wrote you guys many emails saying that Sega doesn't allow you to be nostalgic for Sega because they release their games everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
So these game collections are on the Sega collection I already own.
Mm-hmm.
And it's on the re-release of the Sega collection for PS4. And it's on another Sega collection for Steam. And any other Sonic collection you have is probably better than this one because that one has Sonic 3 and Knuckles, where this one doesn't, for whatever reason. Sonic 3 and Knuckles is the best Sonic game out there, ever. And it doesn't have it. That's like not having Super Mario 3 on the NES Mini. You need it. And it has Vector Man 1, but not 2. It has Shinobi 3, but not 2.
Well,
it has...
That makes sense.
I mean, I would expect to see all the Shinobis.
Yeah, but if you're going to pick one, it's got to be 3.
I guess. It did have Comic Zone. No Booger Man. I was surprised by that. Had Vector Man 1, but not 2. And had Earthworm Jim 1, but not 2. You know what I mean? I'm like, that's weird. But you had Castle of Illusions, and then you had the other man, which I was surprised by.
Yeah, but sometimes it feels like they fill it up too much, like with repeat stuff. Those sequels that you mentioned are not that different. So it's a lot of more of the same.
That is true, but I really fucking hate Ultra Beast. I really hate that
game. Sucks.
It does suck.
That game's a waste. Yes, and that game is by
Alyx Kid.
Okay, all right. Look, you are winning this argument. Like those are terrible. Yes, but the real question is, in your opinion, how's the emulation? That's what Kaiser's asking. That's what I want to know about. I don't care about the library. Like, how's it sound? Like, visually, what'd you think of it? And then did you like the controller? That kind of stuff.
Now, the emulation, pretty goddamn on point.
Okay.
I had my buddy had the At-Game Sega system. Yeah, he lent it to me because I wanted to play it because it takes cartridges. So I played that version. And that, I even noticed the emulation was off. The music sounded like heavy.
Yeah.
I mean, Sega's always had shitty sound.
No.
Have you heard the options music to Sonic Spinball?
Have you heard it on the right console? Have you heard
Sonic Spinball option menu?
Yeah, on the correct iteration of the Sega Genesis. If you get it on the proper the proper OG Genesis that has high definition graphics up top and the long serial number on the back, there's a run of Genesis that have unbelievable sound, and the rest are shite. Sonic Spinball is trash regardless of what you're listening to.
Okay, let's not say things we can't take back. Okay, I love that game.
That game, audibly is horrendous though.
Well, that's what I mean. Like Sonic Spinball has terrible music.
But you said I was pulling my glasses out because Sega does not always sound bad.
No, but compared to the SNES, I see the Sega's sound chip is pretty brutal. As a lot of them,
if not utilized well, yeah, but you also have the wimpiest, like flattest, round. There's no breadth to any of the noises. Those samples on the Super Nintendo also not that great, man.
That's fair. Anyways, what I'm trying to say is the at Game One emulation wasn't that good. This one, the sound, pretty damn good.
Okay.
Same thing with the graphics. It looks great, and I have emulators for like the Wii and at games for Sega, and I've always noticed like not a flickering, but I don't know. It's hard to explain it, but it felt pretty damn close to the real thing.
Cool.
Which is hard because I haven't played the actual Sega Genesis in a long time. Which is weird because I have the Model 2 one, the smaller one, with the power button, the reset button.
Yep.
So I have that one, and I have it in my closet. I guess I don't know why I don't play it. Anyways, I haven't played it in a long time because I have. Oh, that's why I haven't played it, because I have the Sega collections. I have the.
Yeah.
So I have those versions of it.
Isn't that funny that we'll complain about Nintendo not releasing their games, forcing us to be nostalgia, relying too much on nostalgia to take advantage of us, which is a fair critique. And then you say Sega's totally opposite, right? But they went too hard the other way, which is also a fair critique. It's just funny that they both seem to be doing it wrong by doing polar opposite things. You'd think if you hated one way, the other way would sound great, but with the
NES Mini, I think I've wrote to you guys, like, we're not nostalgic about Super Mario Brothers. We probably have it on our phone. We played pretty recently, but when the NES Classic came out, this is going to people who are like, "Holy shit, Super Mario Brothers! I haven't played that game in 15 years."
Yeah.
Where the Sega collection, you can get Sonic the Hedgehog for free on your phone right now if you wanted to.
Yeah, and every iteration of consoles had it. No, you're right. I agree, but that's at the end of the day. You do have a quite nice collection of the mini consoles, and if the emulation and stuff sounds good. Now, how long, or maybe you've already pulled the Band-Aid off, how long are you going to be able to hold off hacking it?
I've looked it up. It seems to be close to not being able to be hacked because of the space. Remember I said there's regional games?
Yeah.
So that takes up a big part of it.
Okay.
So it actually takes up room for whatever space was left on this little box. But yeah, the minute that thing's open, I'm going to download it. Because I don't have Sega Genesis on the SNES Classic because A, I don't know if that's possible, and B, because the control's not right. If I'm going to play Sega Genesis games, I need a Sega Genesis controller.
Yeah, it definitely helps. I can tolerate it, but I'm with you on that. I prefer
if I'm playing The Haunting starting Poltergeist, I need a Sega Genesis controller because when the game tells me to press C and it's X,
yeah. No, I get it. And I usually make CB, which is also super confusing.
Yeah.
Kaiser says that he has the at-game ones, and he says it's a good set list, but it ran average. He said his is a PAL, so it says it's Sonic, a.k.a. Gotta Go Slow Sonic.
Sonic 3D music is so good. I love Sonic 3D Blast. I don't know if that's on the Mini. I should look that up.
3D Blast?
I don't know. I can't remember. But again, I haven't played that much. First thing I did was plug in the extension wire that I bought for the PS Classic.
Mm-hmm.
But I never played the PS Classic because it's a PS Classic. So I have a USB extender, so I've been playing that on the couch. The controls are big, man. I forgot how big those controls are.
Awesome.
They're so thick.
Genesis controllers. Yes, they feel so good.
Yeah, they do. And again, you and I both grew up as Sega kids, so it's right at home. And I plan. That's why I want to be Detroit so badly, so I can just go into. I can't stop a game to play something new. I have to finish what I started, and then I'll jump into the collection.
That's too bad. Gotta let that go.
Yeah.
So,
And the last game, not to be running too long, is I was watching Disney Hercules on Disney Plus. I was introducing Hannah to the movie and to the music because that's one of my favorite Disney movies. And watching it, I was like, huh, I feel like playing God of War. And I did. So I started playing God of War Ghost of Sparta for the Vita, which is the PSP version.
Yep.
And I don't know. I love God of War. I love hack and slash games. God of War, even though each God of War game is essentially the same game, just with different weapons, I love them. And it's a good 6 hours, 7 hours of just going nuts and having sex.
yeah, it's just like a different kind of pizza. Sometimes you want veggies. Sometimes you want bacon. Sometimes you want pepperoni and sausage. It's all pizza.
And then I always say to myself, I'm gonna play God of War Ghost of Sparta, then Chains of Olympus, then God of War 1 because I have the collection, the HD one, then 2, then 3, then I'm gonna play. No, I'm probably gonna play this one, and I'll probably try something else because you can only have so much of the same taste, so much pizza in the same week.
Yeah, and burn yourself out.
Zero to hero. Yes, Kaiser. Sorry.
Kaiser calls it the Duke. The Duke controller of the 90s is the Sega controller. It cracks me up. What's up? We got Wolves 2 in the chat. Good to see you.
What's up,
hanging out?
Laughs an N64 controller. Yeah, the Trident.
Sometimes you want Nutella pizza. You know what?
Yeah.
There's a pizza place here in town that does this Reese's Cup streusel pizza that's just ridiculous. You feel shameful eating it. It's just this is so bad for me.
I forgot to say, I went to a poop cafe for my birthday with Hannah.
You told me that. Was that off air?
I don't remember, but they serve ice cream in little toilets.
Yeah.
Pretty awesome. Yeah.
So I guess moving on.
What have you been playing?
I've played Yooka Laylee and hit another coin collector wall. Late. So they lied to me. So they said this is your last unlock or whatever, and there's 20 levels, and I went to YouTube to find how to get to level 18, and they're like, you need 30 coins to give to that guy who's now over here. So then I looked and I had 5. I'm like, fucking done. I'm going to try the last level one time. Tried the last level, got through a quarter of it, and I'm like, you know what? I'm going to have to take a big long break from this.
So see, the game overstayed its welcome, right?
Unintentionally. If it just would have let me keep playing levels. It forced me to go back. It didn't overstay its welcome, Kevin. I wanted to keep playing. It won't let me keep playing.
That sucks.
It's making me go back and collect shit that I've already played.
Love collecting stuff.
I just want to play platforming levels. It's a platformer. Please let me do that.
Yeah.
So that was a really big bummer because the game told me I was done. Yeah. It said on the screen, this is the last unlock or whatever. It's and every time you beat a level, you get 1 extra hit point for the final boss. Or for the final boss level.
Why do you think they do that? Is it to pad it out?
Yeah, and it's true to the old design. Old for the sake of being old. Objectively, vinyl's a hassle, right?
Yeah.
But if you like the whole pain in the ass about it, then it's awesome, right? If you like finding all the coins in these Donkey Kong games, then this is awesome. I don't like that.
Yeah.
So
did anyone though?
Yes.
I can't imagine that. I never liked those collectathons.
I know you and I are very similar, so that's.
I even hated it with achievements, and you get an achievement out of it. Even then, I was like, no, I don't care about this.
Yeah. So the thing is, Yooka Laylee, while I'm disappointed right now, and I probably won't ever finish, or I probably won't finish it for a while. Someday I'm going to get a hair up my ass and be like, you know what? I'm going to go back. I'm going to beat that stupid game.
Yeah.
But it's going to be a while. It's still awesome. I really loved it.
Yeah.
I'm just not going to see credits for the time being. The music, again, is just awesome. Not all the time, but some music in it was just fantastic. I thought the controls were good. The level design's cute and fun. It's good. I like it. So, but
is it on PS4 by any chance? I know the other one is a 3D.
Probably. I got.
Would you recommend either or?
I've never played the first ukulele.
Oh, you haven't played the first one?
No.
Okay.
And I definitely don't like it. It's Crash Bandicoot. It's a collectathon. It's Donkey Kong or it's Donkey Kong 64. It's shit that I don't want to do.
Movie, right?
That's exactly why I didn't play that game.
Oh, gotcha.
But I played that. I found that was the limit that I hit this weekend when I was playing video games. And then also, I fought with the Xbox console streaming portion. Remember I told you that my controller got out of sync?
Yeah.
And I finally, after reinstalling the app and unpairing and repairing, finally it worked again. So,
okay.
The console streaming works good. But at the end of the day, I just got hooked on Ori again, man. I eventually was like, you know what? I'm done with. It's cool. The streaming works.
Yeah.
I'm sitting next to the TV that the Xbox is hooked up to. The only reason I'm still playing on my phone is because it actually worked enough for me to get into the game. And then I realized, like, why am I not viewing this on my TV and playing this comfortably? I'm into the game. I moved from testing the streaming to just playing Ori, which I think says a lot about the streaming.
Yeah.
But then I realized, why am I messing with the streaming? I just want to play Ori now. So I played Ori.
And I've been under a rock for technology for a long time.
Sure.
I have Ori and the Blind Forest by your recommendation that I bought last year.
Okay.
I still haven't touched it. Okay. Can I stream that game to my phone from Steam? Is that a thing that exists?
Yes.
That may change everything.
It's called Steam Link. It's an app.
Oh, for phones?
Yep.
Huh. Okay. Well, I'm gonna look that up after we're done.
Get Steam Link
because that can change. Because then I can play Cuphead on my phone.
Mm-hmm.
I'm guessing.
And I played Cuphead. I beat Cuphead through a Steam Link, through the physical Steam Link box. The latency on Steam Link in my network at my house is actually quite good. Your CPU may struggle with it, but it absolutely is worth trying.
Well, I was able to play Cuphead on my computer. That was no problem. It was playing Cuphead plugged into my big screen. There was a latency whenever I pressed a button, and that drove me crazy.
I know, but there takes some extra oomph to get that piped out of your PC as well. I'm saying that introducing it to telling your computer to not only play the game, but also stream it.
Gotcha. Okay.
Might hit a bottleneck. Maybe not, though. I'm just saying don't go in knowing that it might not work, and it's not because it's crappy or whatnot. It just might be the nature of the beast. Oh man, I've been ignoring chat. Sorry. Oh my god, a lot of chat. Let's see.
I don't have a second screen, so I always have to look at my phone for the chat. So I'm not ignoring anybody. I just don't have any other way of looking at it.
But so Ori's just an absolutely fantastic game. So Wolves 2 says collectathons are a serious no-go for me. So we're not alone.
Yeah.
He says his mate likes those types of games a lot though. So yeah, I can't fathom how. Hey, preaching to the choir here. We're the same way. Yeah, people like, though I do like some tedious stuff that gets cathartic at times, Sometimes you just don't mind it. Like, I find it very therapeutic cleaning my guitars.
Yeah.
Like getting in there and like being real delicate and scraping the gunk off that has been left behind from playing.
I don't mind collectibles when it's like collect 100 and it's like a straight line and you collect all. That's fine. But collect 100 and you're at 99.
No, I know. Yeah, I know what you mean. I'm just saying, like, at tedious, dumb stuff. There's tedious, dumb, boring stuff that's not video game related that I can understand why someone would like it. But specifically in a video game, that's not what I'm there for.
Yeah,
I would rather crochet. And that is not hyperbolic. I'd rather knit a hat than just grind through a collectathon.
Yeah,
because I'd have
I'd rather learn a new language. I'd rather learn a new language.
That's now we're just getting crazy. Maybe I wouldn't. I don't know. Depending on the game, I kind of want a hat though. Partly it's like maybe knitting a hat doesn't sound that bad. It'd be kind of cool. Be a weird skill to have, right? Like.
I knit hats. You knit scarves? Nope. Only hats.
Nope, just a hat. You can't end the scarf. You never know where to stop. It's impossible.
That's true.
It messes me up. So, cool. Kaiser says, imagine if Sonic was a collectathon. Be hell on wheels.
I'd be playing it because I'm a freaking idiot when it comes to Sonic. It's his eyes. I get into it. I'm like, oh, my love, how I missed you. Yes, let's run together.
I think Wolf 2 says that they say, I like COD zombies. That's probably my closest. I wonder if they mean like more of a tedious thing.
I like COD zombies too.
Oh, you're being called furry. Not a furry. Just someone's observant. It means the streaming's working.
Oh, there we go.
You do. You got
stay away from my history.
You got the lumberjack beard.
Yeah, it's growing nicely. But
Looks good.
It's getting white at the end.
Wet?
White.
Oh, white. Oh.
Yeah, and wet. I drool a lot. That's why I don't eat burgers. Like, no one who doesn't have a beard doesn't understand. When I go out to like a bar, I hate getting burgers because when I eat it, the sauce goes all around my mouth.
Yeah.
Same thing with wings. So I'm always like, I'm very delicate.
I couldn't. Someone was trying to tell me that like having a beard, they have a beard because they're lazy, and I'm like, no. To me, having a beard looks such like a pain in the ass. I don't want to have to think about shit like stuck in my beard. I'd have to shape it all the time. It takes me 30 seconds to knock this all off. Every other day, I go clean shaven.
That sounds like a lot of work.
Oh,
I hate that. I hate that smooth. I haven't seen my chin in like 17 years.
It feels so good. I love it. Also, I get itchy. I've never been able to go past 7 days of shaving because the itch gets so bad under my chin. So
I'm like fat Wolverine. Like I'm like hair everywhere. It sucks.
That's funny. Kaiser's saying no, it's good. You can just save the food for later. Kaiser, you got a hell of a beard now too. Back when you knew
Kevin
him.
is a furry. There you go. I am.
Oh, there you go. Kaiser says a beard is nature's fridge. I love it.
Actually, never mind. When I wear a scarf in the winter, my beard goes up to my lips. I'm always like, when I have the sucks, and all it does is collect snow. And then when I go inside, it melts down my shirt, and it sucks.
Oh, you know what problem I don't have? Any of those.
Well, yeah, but you have a red chin after because you're so cold and delicate.
That's true. Fair enough.
I don't know how much acne I have under here. No idea, but I'm pretty sure I'm covered in it.
Well, probably not, right?
Also, brushing my teeth suck. Now I think about it, just like all over the beard. I gotta rinse it.
Thank you. I'm not.
I'm still not gonna shave.
Of course. I'm not. I just want to be clear. I'm not trying to tell you that you're wrong. I'm just saying I think a beard looks like more work than I'm willing to put in.
Oh, I don't know.
And
I don't really take care of myself, so I guess that's what...
Yeah. Kaiser says I can't drink juice with the beard. It just absorbs it up.
It's like a sponge.
Yeah, that's funny. It whisks it up. Whiskers. So, anyways. I think that's going to do it for the show this week, Kevin. I really want to go to bed. So.
Yeah. Well, I'm kicking here on NyQuil. I don't remember anything I just said for the last 10 minutes.
It was fine. You were good.
Oh, great.
Yeah.
Oh, perfect. So,
I'm surprised how much you like Donald Trump, but, to each their own.
Hey, where do things come out, man?
That's true. So, anyways.
I said, stay away from my history on my internet.
That's right. I will stay away from your internet browser history, I promise. So, but Wolf 2, thanks for coming by. Nice to meet you. And Kaiser, good to see you, bud. Awesome. We're really good to see you.
Kaiser, did you record a bumper for us back in the day for Paranersds? I think you did.
I think he did. We used to have a Classic Elite one.
Yeah.
From him.
I think I still have that in my database. Ha! Storage.
You old bearded, gray beard man. Hey, if you find it, let's use it. Let's put bumpers in. Yeah, he did. Okay.
He did. Okay, yeah.
God, it's crazy. I mean, we've all known each other for almost a decade now. Isn't that wild?
That is nuts. Yeah.
So, very cool. Alrighty, but thank you very much for listening to the show if you've made it this far. Kaiser, thank you for hanging out here while you're on your break at work. That's very cool. And
it's 3 a.m. right now in Ireland, Stu says.
He's in Ireland. Oh,
yeah.
Thanks for staying up and hanging out with us, man. Wow. That's awesome.
It's 10:30 here, and I'm exhausted.
We have almost all the corners of the world.
Yeah.
Right?
We got America, Ireland,
Australia,
Canada land.
Canada. Very cool.
Australia.
Very fun. The internet
Nice.
really is wild.
And today the internet's great. No fuck ups, no lags, and we had the whole world watching.
Very fun. Well played. So thank you very much to Ben Landis for letting us use the song Through the Forest as our intro music. Right as you said, no internet, you'll have to go to the archive if you remember, my camera started to flicker. I'm like, no, you jinxed it. And thank you to Cubby for letting us use the song Title Force as our outro music. Our RSS feed is available at our website, classicelite.com. Any podcast service tends to have us. I promise someday I'm going to reapply to Spotify. We are the world.
Yeah.
I love Kaiser's Wit. But we're on Google Play, Stitcher, Apple Podcast. But I personally recommend Podcast Addict if you're an Android person. You, Kevin, what do you just use iTunes? Like, what do you use on your phone?
Just a podcast app on iPhone.
Cool.
I think it's just called Podcast.
Yeah, that like purple.
Yeah.
Sort,
I never had any issue with it. As a 15-second skip, so if people talk about spoilers or ads, I'm like, fast forward that shit, yo.
Yeah,
I've never had a problem with iTunes or the podcast app.
I feel like most people do. It feels like only us Android people are the ones that really are stuck having to go third party route because Google just added podcasts to Google Play and they
That's
did
crazy.
A terrible implementation of it.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Wolf. He says mad how quick you read out the messages. The latency seems really to get shorter and shorter. YouTube added a new option for like a lower latency. There's like 4 options for latency, and we have the second to fastest. So
for what, the messages?
Yeah, like he's in Ireland, and
gotcha.
I'm like he can type a message, and we'll see it within a second or two.
Yeah,
and he'll hear me say it. So yeah, I'm tempting fate by going a little on the high side, Wolf. So, but yeah, let's call it a show. Thanks everybody very much. Oh, social media at Classic Leets our handle. And you, Retro Relapstick is Kevin.
At Retro Relapstick.
At Retro Relapstick. And Retro Pixel Love. Look for that on Instagram.
Yes.
And yeah.
Are we doing a show next week? I forget.
No. Good memory. Next week is Thanksgiving for the United States. And in Kevin's line of work, he is going to get screwed by all of us assholes shopping on Friday.
Yes. Thank you for that, everyone. Your Black Friday sales are going to kick my ass next week. So I'm going to have to be off to recover because I'm working overtime.
No show for me. I'm going to be drinking beer and eating fish the night before Thanksgiving with my family, and then eat a bunch of food with my family, and then not edit a show. Oh, that sounds wonderful. But anyways, yeah, thank you very much for listening. We will see everybody soon. Check out our affiliate links in the description, and you all have a wonderful day. Bye.
Peace.
All right. Night, guys.
Thank you, everyone.
Bye-bye.